When looking to build software, almost every leader I meet starts with one question: what's it going to cost? The answer is actually more complex than you might think. In this video, we'll break down this one primary concern. Hi, my name is Adam McGowan, Firefield's CEO. My day job is to help non-technical leaders harness technology in order to grow, protect, or spark change in their businesses. I created Tech for the Exec to do the same for you. In this video, I'm going to break down the 5 key factors that comprise the true cost of developing custom software. Let's jump into number 1, pure development costs. So these are the most obvious and straightforward costs when we think about trying to create a new product. This is the cost related to actually designing, developing, and launching that new product. So think of this is where the designers get paid, the developers get paid, anybody responsible for setting up servers, configuring the tools, and then launching it out into the world. For most people, this is the beginning and end of their estimation of what it costs to create new software. Because after all, this is what you would assume it is. It's make the design, write the code, make the design look great on the web, launch it out, and then now you've got a product in the market. That is true, but there is a lot more to it. All right, cost component number 2. These are the additional human costs. So what I mean by this is that your team, and I'm talking about the non-technical people, the people who aren't doing designs, people who are not writing code, people who are not deploying software to servers and launching it into the world. But the leaders, the managers, the end users, any of the stakeholders involved in the process of creating your software. Time is money, and a lot of their time is going to get rolled up into creating custom software the right way. You should be working with a partner who's asking tons of questions, someone who wants to be very iterative, very collaborative, and they're going to want to dig in pretty extensively. So make sure that as part of your estimation of cost is what are my people going to be required to do, what's expected of them, how long is it going to take, and what is that worth to our company? That's a big component of expense that's usually overlooked. All right, cost number 3. These are ongoing costs. So these are all the costs related to the specific technology that don't involve the design or the coding of the app itself. So they generally fall in 2 buckets. 1, hosting. Everybody needs a server to be able to run their application on. Sometimes many servers. You need to maybe rent them, share them, purchase them. Any way you do it, it's going to cost money, and that's going to be an ongoing expense. One you certainly need to figure in to your initial estimates. The second category are subscription service costs. So there are going to be third-party tools. For example, tools to help you send email from your app, or maybe text messages, or monitor the app for security issues or other performance problems. These third-party tools, although the numbers may not be really large individually, can add up because they're subscription-based services that you need to consider when you're doing your original estimation. Okay, cost number 4. These are switching costs. So switching costs fall into 2 categories. The first one is the human component of switching costs. You've got human beings that have been using either an old tool or an old process that you've now replaced with a new one. Training them to get up to speed, making sure that they understand the old functionality of a prior product. How does it relate to the new? There could be a lot involved in getting people up to speed on your new tool. So switching is material. There is going to be the switching of non-human elements like data, for example. If you had an existing system with lots of data, maybe you'd used it for a while, some legacy system that you relied upon, that data might not easily and seamlessly transfer into your new system. It may, but there's still a non-zero cost to move that time, money, effort, resource. So those 2 categories of switching costs, human and data, are really important for you to think about. And the last cost is what I call the opportunity cost. Now this one might be the most abstract and seemingly the least obvious, but a really important one nonetheless. What I mean by this is, what other opportunities were you not able to go after because of the time, the money, the resources, because of the fact that you took on this new project? Hopefully, you made a great choice. The project you chose to build is the best of all the options available, but make sure it is. And so when you're doing your estimation up front, don't just think about the nuts and bolts and building blocks of putting it together and what those units cost, but think about what you're missing out on. It's oftentimes the case that that's just an affirmation that you're making the right choice, but sometimes it's not. So it's really important to keep opportunity costs in mind right from the start. Let's dive deeper into these costs. Click this video to better understand the biggest component piece of software development expense. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting new content at least once a week to help you compete and win in an increasingly technical world. Thanks again for watching. See you on the next episode. Bye.